When our children were young going to school, we couldn't afford what the school needed at the time. But now we can afford so other children have the same opportunity.
The mission of the Northland Catholic Community Foundation is to accompany individuals and parishes to grow in love with Christ and the Church, especially through charitable giving. So we don't raise any money for ourselves. Everything is donor directed. So they give it, we either invest it, or at their direction we send it exactly where they want us to send it.
Everything we have is a gift from God. And so we oftentimes don't manage things like money as well as we ought to. We get busy. We have other things going on. And so to have expert support and advice there to help is really important.
Our parishes and the diocese depends upon resources to be able to do the work that Jesus wants us to do. And so we need help to be able to gather and really to sustain those resources. And that's what the Northland Catholic Community Foundation offers us, is assistance, not just in gathering once, but actually sustaining over time the missions and ministries that are so essential for the work of the gospel in northwestern Minnesota.
There's a variety of long-term sustainable funding options. So the one that most people utilize would be a personal endowment fund. And those are funds that are given to the Northland Catholic Community Foundation. We invest them with Catholic values, and the original principal that's given will always be there. We will never spend that. And so we see growth and interest occur on the principal, and it's from that interest that we distribute on an annual basis out to the missions and ministries that donors choose to impact. So those endowments are totally sustainable, and they'll be there for generations and generations to come.
You know, we have many students here at St. Michael's. They can't afford tuition. In fact, the tuition we collect is a tiny part of our school's budget.
We have endowment invested with the Northland Catholic Foundation, and we do not touch the principal. The principal continues, stays intact, and we use the interest. And it's that interest that we use part of it for running our school. So it helps us to be stable financially and to be able to operate on a day-to-day basis.
We go through life a lot of times assuming that what has always been is always going to be there, and it isn't going to always be there if somebody isn't there helping to fund it or to do something to keep it going.
We're living in a time where there is, just statistically speaking, a diminishment of people practicing the Catholic faith. And we're likely headed into some times that will be financial hardships. We're at a time where many of our givers are elderly. And so if those givers will consider leaving us as part of their legacy something to the Catholic Community Foundation, that's going to help sustain us through the difficult times that might be ahead. And God's going to use that. It's like, the seed that's planted that bears fruit. We know that the church will thrive, and eventually there'll be a renewal of the faith of the church. But having people who will partner with us to sustain us through what could be lean years ahead is really essential.
We have folks that give literally $1 all the way up to 6- and 7-figure gifts. But legacy has more to do with the action associated with it. So through the giving that you may choose to do, you create that legacy, which is action and impact for future generations to come.
My great hope is that the mission of the Catholic Church in northwestern Minnesota will thrive. That in fact what we'll see is an increase in growth, and we'll begin to attract people who don't currently go to church. We'll start to see religious vocations flourish again in our area. And I think that's all possible. How does that happen? Well, it happens through generous people. And when people live their Catholic faith generously as real disciples, it's contagious. And so it's not just that your financial contribution to the Northland Catholic Community Foundation will help sustain the missions and ministries of the church. It will. But it's actually more than that. It's your living of discipleship in the way that you treat your resources that's going to actually witness and influence the Catholic faith in this area.
I can't be there personally. I can't lend the hand that helps to feed people or to bring health care to children or to help them get an education in areas where they couldn't get an education. That's the thank you, is the knowing that you can't do it. You know, just knowing you can't do it. It's God that does it, and He's doing it through you, through your ability to donate.
I'm here because someone helped me. Someone sponsored my education, and that is how I was able to go to the seminary. And I'm the pastor of these two parishes and the superintendent of the school. So you can see, as a donation from one person is helping to make an impact